Well, let me show you what I'm doing up here. This is the very front corner of my property. That is my neighbor's property there. What had happened last year, this is where I did a lot of work with the forestry mulcher, and this was all up in here. It's pretty woodsy. Well, he mulched it all and mulched that back part too. Well, when the forestry mulcher came through, of course, he left a lot of mulch. Anyway, my point is, all those wood chips, which I love, and left them there to for the trees to use as compost and mulch, and they all, when the waters came, and my pond is right behind that big stack of lumber there, that's my dam across there. When the water comes, it comes across here and then through here. Well, it backed up. Those wood chips formed a dam on this fence right here, and just dammed up against that fence, and then it actually took that fence down, laid this fence flat, just laid it down. I didn't see it, so I'm a neighbor out here working on it, and he's got cows in there. I didn't see it, and he actually stood it back up and pretty much fixed it before I got down here. I came down the next day and added some T-posts and stuff, because I didn't know what happened. But there was a big gully from where his clay starts. All this here was a big gully. He filled it in with some big concrete chunks, and it helped some a couple of years ago, but it's just been eroding over the years. Well, he dug in his pond and found enough clay to come in here and made his pond, expanded the size of his pond, plus got that clay down here and filled in all this. So this, basically what I'm saying is, it comes back toward me this way, and then it goes under the fence right there, under the corner posts. And it was just all dammed up right here. Also, I had those, you see those cattle panels right there, just little pieces of cattle panel. We had those, or I had those, stuck down in here to keep the sheep in and to keep the dogs and such out. Well, I went ahead and took those out, because all those things do, if you've got a lot of debris washing this way, and as you can see, I've still got a lot of debris, and I have moved out a bunch of it. That's a big pile of it right there. But if you've got a lot of debris, then wood floats, as I've told you before, and it just caught so much of that debris and piled it up against that fence. Well, we've got an escape for it now. It can go under the fence, under both of those. There's the wire is 6 or 8 inches off the ground on both of those. So if we get a catastrophic flood like we got last year, it can come through here. Now what I'm doing now is raking some of this mess here, raking it. Some of it I can get to with the rake that's on my tractor. I've got a landscape rake on the back of my tractor. And I'm getting in here and trying to rake some of this out, because it's still debris. That's still debris that will wash. There was a big tree right here that was half dead, big elm tree. Top had already fallen out of it, and it was pretty much gone. So we cut it out of here. There was a big, small couple of trees right here that had kind of formed an island where the water was going around the trees right there. So kind of formed an island, and I took that out, dug those trees up. Anyway, what I'm doing now is just raking away from the fence line. I want to get all the debris I can up over here. That's piling that up. I've pulled up some cedars, and I'll try to rake that as close as I can get to it with my tractor. I can get probably up in there a little bit with that rake and bring it out, bring this out. Anyway, just trying to clean this up so this doesn't happen again. But I may just try to come up here. There's a couple of low places, and fill all that in, and with dirt from a creek that I'm going to dig, a channel that's going to be more defined than this, because I have a feeling it's backing up here. Anyway, talking a bunch, but let me set up the camera and I'll just show you raking with that landscape rake. It gets a lot of debris out of here. Well, I think I've done about all the raking I'm gonna do. I raked all this up to that burn pile there. And I'll put on my bucket and try to dig this a little deeper, pile it up a little bit more. It goes uphill there anyway. I'm not just gonna pile it up against a fence, but there's some divots, there's some holes. Just on the other side of that pile of dirt, there's a hole right there. And just try to get that piled up a little bit to where the water will flow this way. So, it looks pretty good. When first good rain we get, I'll come down here and show you the results of it. And we'll see how it works. Tell you what, I hadn't really talked about my grapple a lot, but that dude right there has saved me a lot of time and a lot of headaches and work. I like the grapple. I like the landscape rake. It doesn't, it does more than just leaves and brush and stuff. It'll do some dirt and it spreads it out. I like it, I think, better than a box blade if I'm just going to finish some things. The box blade, I've just never been real good at a box blade. It's my fault. But that, when you put it on the ground, it sifts, as it goes through, it sifts some of the dirt out. And I find that is better for finish work. Maybe the box blade for the heavy stuff, scraping and clawing and moving dirt around. But then when you get ready to finish it up, that landscape rake, as you can see, think about it, it does get some things. It does get some things stuck up in it. And I have bent those tines quite a bit. Those are all supposed to be uniform across there. But it's really been good for me. I have really enjoyed that. But my grapple, I tell you what, if you don't have a grapple, if you can afford one, do it. I mean, that is a working son of a gun. This is from Armstrong Ag. Thought it had a sticker on it somewhere, but I don't see one. Armstrong. I think that's what that says. I don't have my glasses on. I think that's what it says. Man, it's a beautiful thing. Couple of grand. Plus I spent $1,000 on the quick attach. If you don't already have a quick attach, and I did not, I had to put that on there anyway. I didn't have to. I put that on there anyway, knowing I was going to get the grapple. But I think it was $19.50 for this thing, 72 inch, I think, 68 inch. Maybe 72 inch. But I tell you what, it has been a help. I cleared that mess. I should have showed you the before, but that corner there was just a mess. I pulled up a couple of trees, and anyway, I think I've told you all that. But there's the creek, and I just want it to, instead of coming, around here and then following whatever, I think I would really like to have it just come straight across. So that means cutting into that bank right there and moving that dirt up, moving this dirt back, and giving it a nice defined bank to run in. All that privet there, we've got a little bit of privet that the mulcher couldn't get to, the forestry mulcher couldn't get to because of the creek and the fence and such. So I need to, I'll get in there and prune that out by hand, give it to the sheep or something. All right, sir and ma'am, we're done. It's getting kind of dusky. Sun sets in about 20 minutes. I'm gonna go in the house. Okay, we gone.